Welcome to the final session of this module. You have come a long way in a short time. You picked one idea, you got real feedback and used it to adjust your vision. You built a simple business model canvas. You planned your MVP and go-to-market strategy. You prepared your first marketing campaign. You worked on your pitch. Today, we close the loop. This session has three goals. First, we will put all the pieces together into one clear story. Second, we will turn the story into a focused next step plan. And third, we will see what happens next with AltaLab. By the end of this session, you will see your progress as one aligned path, not a list of separate tasks. Also, you will know exactly what to do next. You will understand how the selection process works at AltaLab and what kind of support you can get. Think of today as the moment you shift. You move from learning to execution. Let us begin by looking back at what you have already built. The first part of the program was about making a hard but essential choice. You didn't pick a random idea. You made a set of clear commitments. One problem you want to solve first. One group of users you want to help. One killer feature your MVP must prove. You saw why focus matters more than multiple features or endless options. If you try to solve 10 problems, you solve none of them. If you build everything at once, you prove nothing. If you avoid making your choice, you delay real learning. You wrote your mission statement in plain words, and you picked one feature that must work. That became your lens for the rest of the program. Next, you moved from assumptions to facts. You worked with real feedback. You learned that this sounds cool is not validation. Smiles and polite reactions do not mean people will pay. Real validations shows up in actions. Interest, follow-up questions, pilot requests, pre-orders, a clear signal that someone wants it and is ready to pay. You analyzed your interviews using three simple checks. Do people understand the problem and restate it in their own words? Is the pain strong enough? Do they want to test your product or share it with their teammates, friends, or family? That led to a decision. Commit to your direction, adjust the idea, or pivot to something stronger. Then you organized your insights with a SWOT analysis and turned them into a simple business model. You saw why long business plans do not help at this stage. You need a flexible, living model that updates as you learn. Then came the shift from thinking to prepare for real building. You applied a simple rule we covered earlier. One excellent feature beats 10 average ones. You learned what a focused MVP means. One core capability built so well that users say, I need this now. You made choices about what to build and what to ignore. You selected one main metric and few supporting ones. You created a short roadmap, what to ship and in what order. You also explored how AI and no-code tools can save time. They help with research, code, debugging, and fast prototyping. At this point, your idea became a real product experiment with clear goals, real metrics, and the plan to move forward. Then you turned your focus outward, from product to users. You learned why early marketing often fails and how to make it work. You choose one main channel, the one that should match your audience, your product, and your ability to run it every week. You also crafted your sales pitch, and planned your first marketing campaign. You saw how AI tools can help. They support idea generation, writing, and repurposing content for different formats. That work gave you your first real growth engine, built to learn fast. Finally, you looked at your investment readiness. You look at what it really takes to raise money, and more importantly, when it makes sense to do so. You learned that early stage investors are not just betting on ideas, they're betting on founders who can focus and execute. You explored the key questions every founder must answer. Are you ready to raise? Who are the right investors for your stage and space? What will you do with the money? And how to find a founder investor fit. You studied the investment landscape and learned how to build your investor list the smart way. Not by spamming 200 VCs, but by finding real matches. You also built two key assets: your elevator pitch, short, sharp, and clear, and your full investor pitch, a focused, confident story that shows you are ready to execute. You prepared for investor conversations, and now, with that foundation in place, you are ready to move forward. Think of the period after this model as a focused sprint with one clear goal: ship and test a minimal product that proves your core value. You do not need to build everything. You need to prove one thing: that users want what you offer. After this session, make sure you complete all required deliverables for your project. You will find a full checklist inside your practice pack. Based on your progress, top teams will receive an invitation to continue with AltaLab. I will describe the next phase in detail during the last part of today's lecture. Now, let us zoom out and talk about how to keep your mindset sharp after the current program stage ends. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a few important ideas. These principles will help you stay on track throughout your startup journey. First, focus is your superpower. Stay close to one core problem, one core user, one core feature, and one main channel. Only add complexity when your core works, and works really well. Second, build a habit of shipping, learning, and adapting. Do not wait for perfection. Release something small, learn from it, improve it, talk to your users. Keep the loop short. Third, use AI to multiply your speed. Let it help with drafts, research, data cleaning, and basic code. But remember, you stay in charge of quality, strategy, and truth. Before you bring in automation, do the hard thinking. Do not automate house. Fourth, treat investors as long-term partners, not ATMs. Do not reach out just to ask for money. First, build relationships. Share your progress, ask good questions, and follow through your promises. Fifth, protect your energy and your time. Do weekly check-ins. Say no to distractions that do not move your core metrics. Remember, most startups fail from lack of focus, not from lack of talent or ideas. If you keep these habits, this program becomes the foundation for how you build, learn, and grow. Thank you for going through this journey. You started with an idea, often just an intuition of what could be built. Now you have something stronger, a focused plan built on real insight, ready for real users. You know who your customer is. You know the problem you are solving. You know what value you need to prove and how to measure. And you have a concrete roadmap to get there. You are ready to move from planning to testing. You're learning to building real traction. Your next step is simple. Execute your plan, keep learning fast, and stay focused on real outcomes. Before you leave this module, please remember one more important point. Take time to finish all practical materials for your project. We will use them to select the strongest candidates who will receive invitations to our offline camp. There, we will continue working on your product together with mentors and industry experts. Some projects may later receive investment from Altalab. This is a real opportunity, although it is not guaranteed. Your progress and your traction results will speak for you. Thank you again for your work, your focus, and your desire to learn. I look forward to seeing what you build next, and hopefully to meeting some of you at the offline camp. Good luck!